Bumblebees are loving the flowers on my Barbados cherry. Hello, Callie. What are you doing? What are you doing? Huh? Is that comfy? You're so cute. Alright guys, welcome back to Rivera Urban Homestead. So this weekend's video has to change a little also. It just seems like every time I plan something, something happens and it has to change. So anyway, as you know, I told you before, they're doing the road construction, redoing all the sewer pipes, water inlet pipes and all that stuff. Well, a gentleman stopped by yesterday and Christine was home, so he told her that one of the raised beds has to move because they're digging a trench right through where it is. Luckily, it's not the square foot garden one that we just seeded out. It's the other one, which I was going to plant cabbage, broccoli, and daikon radishes this weekend. But I can't plant anything in it because we have to move it so they can dig their trench into the backyard to redo the pipes. So we're gonna have to move that raised bed, unfortunately. And also what we're gonna do is just clean up the area. We're gonna take all of the potting soil out of all of the different pots that aren't being used. We're gonna combine it all together, and in a future video we'll revitalize that soil with new fertilizers and amendments and compost, just to make it nice and revitalized and fertile that we can reuse again in the pots in the future. So we're basically going to be cleaning the garden, man. We got to clean all the pots out. I want to get everything cleaned out. We got to move that raised bed so they can do their trench. I think he said by next week they're going to start, so we got to get it done. So instead of planting cabbage, broccoli, and daikon radishes, we're going to be moving the whole bed out of the way. I'm trying to keep it to where I don't kill the tomato plants, but let me show you. So that green pipe, that's the size that they're going to be trenching in. So here's the pipe they put in. So from this area, they are going to be trenching straight that way, and look at what's in the way. A raised bed. So what I'm going to try and do is dig out this section, like half of it, and just kind of mound it up and slide the whole bed over to where it just leaves me a little gap right here. The only problem I have with that is my big old tomato plant that's in there. As you can see, this plant is huge. It's leaning over this way, but it's planted over here. So I'm going to try and shift it without killing it. The same with this little guy here. The Prax cherry tomato that survived when the cats were laying on it. But I was going to plant my cabbage and broccoli in here this weekend, but now I have to move the bed all over. So it's kind of windy. I hope you're not picking that up too bad. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to take clippings off of these two and replant some. In case they do get killed in the process, we'll have some more growing. First thing I did, mixed up some potting soil with some peat moss and compost and such. Set up these 5 pots here. Now let's go get some tomato clippings to plant. First we got the little Praxis cherry. Remember, the cats were laying on it and they killed it all. Well, this little piece survived, so we're going to use it to repot some and grow some new ones. So let's see. Like that. That one. Alright, let's grab these 3 clippings and go pot them up. Okay guys, so all I did was I cut all the leaves off of this piece, left the top, just make a hole in the dirt, stick that thing all the way in there, pack it in and done. That's it. You just clip off the leaves and you stick that piece in, you water them in, and they should take root in a couple days. So I got 3 Praxis cherries clipped. Now let's go get some off the big tomato plant. Okay, I'm going to take this one here. Okay, I got this one here, this clipping, and we'll get one more clipping. What about this piece right here? Alright, so let's go plant these in. Alright, so same scenario, we'll cut off the lower ones. Cut the little flowers off, I don't want them. Actually, I'm going to leave it like that. We'll bury it up to here in the soil. Just like that. Don't worry, all this stuff will be, all the grass behind it is coming out of that pot in a little bit. And then this one here, I kind of like that one the way it is, so I'm going to cut off the flowers that we're starting. And we're going to just plant this thing just like that. Yep. Just like that, guys. Alright, so we got some tomatoes transplanted. But like I said, all the pots, I want to get all the soil out of them, stack them up, clean up this whole area. As you can see, I have quite a menagerie going on here, so I need to get it all cleaned up. So let's start with the potatoes that we planted from the store-bought potatoes. Let's see how they're looking in their soil. Just a couple little ones. Hey. All right. Alright, so not bad for planting like 4 potatoes in that one pot. I got a little bit of a yield, at least a dinner's worth. Okay, so I filled this massive Rubbermaid up with soil, and I still have a little more. Okay, and here's another big tub full of soil. I'm just going to put some wood over it so it doesn't get waterlogged. Okay, that'll keep the rain out of that soil. Obviously our compost. I got that covered up with the old turtle shell from the sandbox toy Tyler used to play with. So we got plenty of soil here, guys. Actually, while we're back by the compost, let's take a look at it. Looking good, doing what it's supposed to be doing, breaking down. Let's see if I can somehow shift this tomato plant over to the other side. Got to try and salvage some of the soil. Alright guys, it's Sunday morning. I'm getting close to clearing a path for their trench. So there's the pipe. Raised bed is out of the way. Now I just got this right here, that little raised bed there. I'm going to clean out all the stuff out of it, and we'll get that out of the way, and then we should have a clear path. Now I'm just going to move this old wood to the other side of the big tree. Okay, now for nothing, I think I did my part in clearing out the area for them. I probably went above and beyond. But there we go, they have a clear path right here. Do what they got to do. Move that, so now this is wide open. Clear path. And got all the wood out of there. That's where I'm stopping. Okay, now that we're done with the fun cleanup, let's go plant something in the square foot garden bed. Alright, so according to the chart, we need garlic right here in between the pole beans. So let's make 16 holes. I bought some organic garlic from the store. That's the only way I can find garlic, so we'll plant them up. Okay, so the garlic I don't use, Christine will just use it in cooking. So, 16, we need 16 holes. So one, about 2-3 inches deep. 1, 2. Voila. Now, so all you want to do is break up all the cloves. You want to plant it with the pointy side up. The base is where it grows roots. Stick it down in there. Use the bigger ones first. Here's a good one. Okay, the garlic has been planted. Sorry you have to look through the chain link fence, but as you can see, the pole beans are coming up nicely in that square. And starting to come up in this square as well. Got beets starting to come up. Cucumbers. More cucumbers. These radishes are looking really good. It's a nice block system. These are starting to come up, but they're slower. A little bit of salad mix. A couple other little salads starting to pop up, so we're getting there. It's hard to focus, I'm holding it, but that's a bald eagle up there. That's awesome. It's very far away, look. Real far away, guys. Alright guys, that was awesome seeing them bald eagles over there. We do have a lot around this area. But anyway, that's going to be a wrap. We got the raised bed moved. We cleaned up the area. I did load up a bunch of those pots back with the soil from the raised bed after we moved it. So that's done. Checked on the compost. Planted some garlic, so that's cool. We did some square foot gardening today. And now I'm going to barbecue a nice big ribeye steak, have that for lunch, and get ready to watch some football. So we'll talk to y'all next weekend. And if I don't put a video out before Thanksgiving, have a great Thanksgiving, stay safe, and enjoy.